Hi all, Hal here with more Empyrion, Galactic Survival. And happy Friday everybody. As you can see, we are in the process of loading up a bunch of supplies because we are getting ready to go start work on our cruiser. It's going to be a big build. Alright, so without further ado, let's get ourselves out here where we can actually talk a little bit and, you know, take a last look at the base. It's not like we won't be back. But this is going to be a very large build. So I've actually got a bit of a plan for what we're going to do, and what we're going to do today is we're actually going to work on the beginnings of the new CV. So we're going to start with the warp and reactor room, which is going to be the heart of the ship. And from there, we'll start working on the crafting stations as well as maybe even the hangar space. I haven't decided yet. And they changed the distance for gravity in space. Used to need to be about 1.2k out before you were out of the gravity well. Interesting. Wonder why they made that change. Alright, well, just because I happen to be a little bit more paranoid, we are actually going to head out. Actually, I want to go for the polar region. That way, when we take off in the future, we'll be able to get back to the ship fairly easily. Something. Is it just the Thermica station waypoint? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so this should be about good here. Wait for us to come to a stop. And any moment now we should be drifting. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to leave the ship running here. Helps if I have a helmet on. All sorts of jokes about sucking vacuum here. Okay, let's see. So we've got nothing hostile around us, which is good. We are mostly over the polar cap. We are going to go up a wee bit from here, because I do need to have enough room to start building this thing. Okay, so go ahead and place this here. One of the things that we're going to be doing is basically all of the stuff that's here we're going to be replacing pretty immediately, actually. So let's go ahead and grab these, because we do need to have this stuff in place. And yes, I know I can shift, click, and drag and all the other fun stuff. But the reason I am doing it this way is so I have a little bit more control over just how much impact adding and removing things will have to the ship itself. Okay, so we have that in place. We're going to have to take that cockpit out. Yeah, let's go ahead and take the cockpit out now, just to be done with it. Oh, they did change the graphics on it. Okay. So that's 5, right? What is this? That's 6. Okay, so this first room is actually going to be 9 by 11, and that will include the outer wall areas. So what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that double tap on a single click is rather annoying. Two, three, so that's 7. We've got one more that we need to do on this side. All right, and this time we will do that. We're going to go ahead and take that block out. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So yes, that's our 9x9, right? Okay. And this is actually going to be the warp core as well as the reactors. And what we're going to do is to do a little bit different than what we've done in the past. Alright, so we grab that. Okay, so now we're going to do this. Give it a little bit of style there, right? And then we want corner. Alright, so now that we have that done, let's okay, so we have our core in place. And the reason we did that is because need to go grab the actual warp core now. I'm trying to get the core outside of the normal plane of fire, so that way if we take some shots from other ships, you know, we don't have to worry quite so much about it. Okay. So let's go ahead and get over here. We're going to mount this thing in hopefully in the middle. And that should be our 5x5 space. It would have been really bad if I had misplaced that because, well, it would have just been really annoying. Alright. So you should be on there. You are going to go there. Okay. Alright, and that should be the last area there. And then we just go back to the regular cube, just make sure. Yes, okay. So now we want that to come out to there. And I do have some of these small thrusters with me, so if I do need to place anything on here to control it, I do have everything that we need for that as well. so a couple more of these. And there we go. Alright, so that's the basis for our warp core area. So we have this being the front, since this is 9 by 9 at this point. Alright, let me count this, make sure. Yep, okay, so 9 by 9, okay. So, on this side, we're going from the middle. Oh. See? That's what I said. It wants to be finicky. And I apologize if it's a little dark on screen. Trying to get enough stuff in place so that we can get the beginnings of everything done. Alright, so you're going to come out here. And we're going to go 3 more. Yeah, alright. Come on. And then on this side, we're going to mirror that. And I should have just turned on the planes, but that's okay. We don't need symmetry planes. That makes this job entirely too easy. All right. Okay. And we are going to go ahead and do this. So we skip that block. Put that in. See, it's coming together already, right? Nice and easy. Now, I haven't decided yet on whether or not I'm going to put in multiple layers. Well, I shouldn't say multiple layers, but if I'm going to put in multiple levels where we'll have doors on, not just on this floor, but say up on top, or if I'm just going to go ahead and close all of that in. I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and close it all in because of the way I've got some of the equipment layouts being planned. Alright, so and we'll actually need to come back and grab more. Man, we went through those blocks fast. Whew. Alright, so what we'll do is for the rest of this, I'll go ahead and start with the normal blocks, the normal armor blocks, and we'll start working from there. So we'll do this on this side so you can actually see what we're doing. Alright, so let's go ahead, do that to that. Alright. And we want this to be, what is that, 4 interior layers, or rows. Alright, that's 4, right? Yep, okay. And then I'm not going to put walls in on here because I do want to have the armor blocks, because this is our crafting area. So what we're going to do, let's go grab stuff out of our SV. We'll go ahead and put some of the equipment down. So I do have 2 advanced constructors and 2 normal constructors. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the advanced constructors for the actual building of things, and we're going to use the regular constructors for just resource refining. If we had the ability to put the emergency constructors in, I would be using those instead. I did think about doing a bank of the small constructors, but you can't use those on the ship, so Oh, it's one of the drawbacks, unfortunately. So, okay, so you are an advanced constructor. We are going to... let's see, how do we want to do this? Sure. Why not? Alright. And then the block here is for the wall. We're going to do regular constructor. Okay, so we now have our constructors in place. There is when we put the wall in here, it will go there as well. And then what we're going to do is, because I want to keep a little bit of height in here, we're actually going to have this come up to... So instead of just coming up here, we're actually going to come up one additional level, which puts us at one level lower than the warp area, and that's fine. Because what we're going to have is we're going to actually have a layer above all of this for storage. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to put in a set of stairs that basically start probably right here. And we'll come up into a layer that we'll have catwalk in, so that we'll have an area for storage and access the storage up in top of the crafting area. So everything's in one space, and what we'll have back here is actually going to be the hangar. And I really don't want to put all of this in because I'm going to have to take all of this out, but I wasn't expecting to burn through the heavy blocks as fast as I did. I thought I had more blocks, but they must still be down in the crafting station. So for now we'll go ahead and do this just to give you an idea of what we're talking about for areas. Like I said, we'll have, when we come in here, you'll have the crafting area, then you have your engineering. There will be reactors in here, and I'm actually going to go ahead, since we're doing this anyway, go ahead and we'll go ahead and do it. Because you really don't need all of this to be heavy armor, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and do this. And we're doing that and that, and that'll give us our basic area, or our basic shape right now. Okay. Now, this is all just the interior portion. There will be hallways outside of this area. And the idea is that we will have, walkways going the length of the ship. This is going to be the aft portion of the ship, and this is the other direction's obviously the bow. So what we'll end up doing is we're going to end up putting a flight deck out here as well. I'm going to do a hangar. I'm still deciding on whether or not I'm going to do two hangars where we have one in the front, one in the aft, or if we're just going to have a pass-through hangar in the aft portion, because like I said, this will be getting widened out probably another, like 5 blocks to a side, so probably another 10 blocks out, maybe a little further. Which would end up giving us a hangar space from entrance to entrance if we run it from port to starboard of about 25 blocks or so. So that should be enough room for some basic ships maybe even an HV, and then we'll have outliering nacelles, which will include our major thrusters as well as our directional. And then on the top and front portion of each of the nacelles will be a gardening area. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a 4x4, like 4 plots on each nacelle, or if I'm going to do 2 plots on each nacelle for a total of 4. Well, it'll be, you know, a 3x3 grid of plots for 2 groupings of 9. Or 4 groupings of 9. So we'll figure it out. If you have any suggestions, or if you'd like to see one way over the other, throw it down in the section. So yeah, but that's the beginnings of our new CV. I am going to go ahead and wrap this one up here. I want to thank you all for stopping in today. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did, and next time we come back, we should have a little bit more of this going. I'm going to go ahead and grab some more of the heavy armor blocks, replace the stuff around the constructors, and throw some lights in, get some power in this beast, and yeah, we should be good to go. So if you have any questions or suggestions, make sure you use that section below each of the videos. All the comments do get read, whether I get to reply to them or not. If I don't reply, it's nothing personal. I just ran out of time, and I am out of time, so I'm out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. For the folks that'll be there at the live stream tonight, we will be probably working on finishing up the CV, or our capital ship cruiser, in Space Engineers. So anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic night. If you can make it to the live stream, we'll see you there. If not, I hope you have a fantastic weekend anyway. And as always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Oh, this is going to be so much stuff to finish up. Oh well, time to go grab some more blocks.